5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, again, this is the second game of the day. I almost said game 2. I caught myself. Second game of the day between Impact and OneTrickPony. OneTrickPony is kind of a hodgepodge of strong, well-known EU players that threw themselves together specifically for this event. Narender. You obviously have Frog Sama, formerly of Team Carbon. Sands we've seen play before as well, and Gems we've also seen before in previous Agora's Risings. But Pixel is going to be on the Howitzer, Involve Gaming on the Grux, so he's not going to be on that Ranger, but that's okay. We're still going to see some sick play. Big Boy be on Rampage, Slops on Murdoch, and Louis on the Decker.
We've got Hookah on Gideon, Frog Sama on Greystone, Gems live. Gems is on Live Lunatic. What? Gems is playing Faye. Narender is Sparrow, and Sans is on Steel. So what we saw last time in the first game, we saw the Reborn versus Mayhem. We saw Sparrow solo lane.
Yeah.
Not a huge fan of Sparrow in a solo lane.
Yeah, especially against like a Chimera and a Grux. Hello.
Exactly. What we're going to see here is most likely Narender and Sans in a lane. Yep, that's what we're going to see. And going against Louis and Slops over here. Narender really needs that support.
Yes.
Really needs somebody there to, I'm going to use, hold his hand. Because she has no escape. Sparrow has no escape. If somebody jumps on her, she's dead. She needs the peel of that steel. She needs the shield. There's a huge stasis bomb coming out of Louis. Slops and Louis are getting very aggressive. Narender does have a health pot. He does pop that. He is going to start backing off here. Very low. That's what we're talking about there. There's
basically the point you're trying to make is this is a school zone.
Right.
Okay. And then the child, the Sparrow. Sparrow's not yet to grown up. She needs to hit that like 30, 40 card point.
So yeah, the status bomb. I'm sorry, I mispronounced it. It is status bomb.
Status
sorry.
bomb.
Status bomb. My fault.
Can we talk about Gideon?
No.
Okay.
What about Gideon? Tell me what about this new burst mage with that change to his Q.
Oh my god. So
and that load of damage.
The torn space. Right? I always get torn space and cosmic rift mixed up. That's okay. It's fine. The meteor, his Q, his square. It used to be a damage over time over a period of 2 to 3 seconds. And now it's just straight burst. They significantly decreased the size of it, but it does all the damage front loaded. And if that Gideon player, Hook on this Gideon, can consistently land those early on, when he gets his first couple of items, he can it just chunks Rangers by like a quarter to a third of their health, just one of them, on top of Black Hole. Gideon, of course, as most casters, falls off as the game goes on. So look for him level 5. Maybe one damage item with some minor casts in it, something like an Am Crystal or a Staff of Adamant, whichever Hookah kind of, whatever the style that he wishes to go for with his build here. And look for rotations out of him. And another thing we don't talk about frequently on Gideon is his utilization of his torn space, his teleport, where they can use that very, very effectively and kind of use it as a way to negate Louis on the Decker. Because we talked about Howitzer last game, wasn't a great performance from Mayhem as a whole. We didn't get to see a big Howitzer Faye combination, but now we got the tried and true 1-2 Haymaker combination of Howitzer and Decker with a containment fence. So I like this Gideon pickup specifically because it's a great tool dealing with the Decker.
Yeah. By the way, guys, bans were Muriel and Chimera.
Muriel.
I don't know if you have this or not, but we know that Epic changed the Tier 1 towers, and what we forgot to tell you is that when they changed the Tier 1 towers, they completely removed them from the game. So if you have that graphical error, Shane, I think you do because chat's asking about it. That's just a graphical error, guys. The towers are there, but they're not showing up. So just keep that in mind. But we did get a Muriel, Chimera ban. Get that Chimera out of here is what they said. Chimera is such a strong hero early game. You don't want him to especially with a... Yeah. Wait a second. I was looking. We've got a Faye and we've got the Faye combo over here in the lane together. Faye, no.
Oh, you mean Faye and Sparrow?
So wrong. Faye and Sparrow.
I thought you meant in team fights.
No. I'm talking about. I actually like this combination here with the slow coming out of Faye and the damage coming out of Narender. Sparrow is deceptively badass early game. Yes, she really comes online when she gets to that later part of the game. But if she's consistently landing, God, I can't talk.
Paragon bot.
Nope, that's not the Paragon bot. Nope, that's a Paragon butt.
No, Paragon bot's one ham.
If she officially, if she lands her basic attacks, she can actually do a surprising amount of damage.
Yes.
So it is something to watch out for. Big Boy B is rotating around. Here comes Slops with a shotgun to the face.
That's the buckshot right there. Nairnder misses the boulder, so they're not going to get the boulder onto Nairnder. He's going to dive. He is level 5, but Rampage has got to be careful now. The rocket. Oh, got him! Pixel with the snipe. That's an op-4 if I ever saw one. First blood picked up by Howitzer. Well done. Good rotation. And that's the kill you want to get. You want to get it on that Sparrow, despite the fact that that was a school zone. They sped right through it. Someone give that man a citation. God damn.
God damn. Paragon Butt, I'm going to ask you to do me a huge favor. Please stop spamming in chat.
Yeah, we're going to have to ban you, Paragon Bot, if you continue this spam.
Just
kidding, we're kidding. Give us Grux skins. Give us Grux skins.
It's not a Paragon Bot doing it. It's the official Paragon Butt that's doing it. It's somebody trolling the stream right now.
Oh, it is?
Yes.
Oh,
it's not Paragon
he
Bot.
got me.
It's the official Paragon Butt.
Oh, butt. Oh, I see what you mean.
And I will banhammer the crap out of your butt.
Dude.
Just hand.
Wow, that's such a clever thing to do, is what everyone is thinking right now. So, taking a look at the state of the game, it's pretty much even across the board. I regret taking a look at this because there's nothing to talk about. Let's go back to the thing that there's things to talk about here. Slops and Lou getting aggressive here on Steel. They steal the camp. Involve Gaming going in there on that Kratos skin. God of War skin. He's got to be careful. He is level 5. He has that ultimate. He's going to use it. I was going to say, I don't know if he got away. He barely got away. Oh, man. Pucker factor. Sans is going to be okay. He got hit by the long arm of the law, but he's going to be just fine. But that's 6 minutes. Black buff, I believe it was picked up by the PS4 Legend. Yes, it is. Grux, look for a push. Slop's getting aggressive. He's got to be careful. Big Boy still has his ultimate online. Lands the boulder on the Nairnder. And, oh, the Stasis Bomb off the backboard. Not going to land. 5 people here. I would expect to see Pixel use his ultimate aggressively to just zone out, push the tower, and pick this up. I'd imagine that's what's going to happen. Though, OneTrickPony, they're just now rotating. A little bit too late. This is a dead tower.
Yeah, you got that black buff activated. This tower is going to fall. They could continue to get aggressive if they want. Smash and grab on the minion wave to keep it cleared up and allow their minions to continue
now
to
the
push.
tower's actually dead.
Are they going to get... Okay, they are going to get aggressive in the jungle. They are going to find Gideon here. Oh, that big knockback from Pixel and the stone, plus the stasis bomb. Rip team. And they're going to pick up the red buff. So love the continued aggression coming out of Impact right now. Very good play. Pick up that tower, take out the jungle, keep them from farming up effectively. These are level 2 white camps, so that's going to give them 380 per kill experience, whoever gets those last hit on those. So love the aggression. Are they going to continue to be aggressive, rotate to mid lane here and push this out? They're thinking about it.
Yeah, they are. So talking about the composition, the draft here from OneTrickPony, they have magnificent tools to deal with these timed pushes with the black buff early on. I mean, pushing a tower with a Faye and a Gideon and a Steel, but they have to all be there. They simply weren't there. There's the combo. This is what I'm talking about. They're chopping down the tower, the house ultimate. They got to be careful with it. Focus down Slops is the target, but it's only 3 people. They are going to be able to get the kill on the Slops. The mid tier 1 tower does go down. If they don't give up anymore, this is going to be a great trade for them. Involve is going to get himself out of the big boy. He's going to jump away with the continued aggression. They need to do. They can't give this tower up for free. Don't know if Jins has that ultimate online. The Brambles are there to snare him up into the space turret. Going to be there. There's that black hole. Beautifully done. That's what we want to see. And if they can potentially get a counter push out of this, this would be ideal for them. That tier 1 tower is there. Again, that's a graphical bug, guys. They give up the tower. They get kills. Now they need a counter push.
They do have the black buff. The black buff is currently on Greystone. Good target to have it on. He is 6, so he has his ultimate. They are trying to push this out. If they can push this out, this is going to be a fantastic exchange for them and give them that confidence boost they need, because they have been kind of getting bullied. They are going to go for it. I know you guys can't see it. I promise the tower is there. Pixel Slops are rotating back down. I don't know if they're going to get here in time. If I was them, I would just back off. Pixel does not have bombardment, so he can't zone them out with his ultimate. That tower is going to fall. Now they just have to escape. Get out of here. Don't let anybody die, and it's a good engagement. There's a huge long arm of the law onto 2. There's the R2000 rocket. Sans is at a little bit below half health. He is going to back out. Greystone is low, but Greystone has ultimate. He'll just come back to life.
Pixel's in there.
So they are going to back out. Good job. That great exchange.
That favors OneTrickPony, I think. They traded towers and they got more kills out of it.
They did lose 2 towers out of that, though.
They got one kill. Are they going to collapse here? They're thinking about it. I mean, look at Gideon. They're thinking about collapsing here. I think they're just going to let the frog die. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, rip
big 5-man push right there. All the meanwhile, though, they give it up, but the niece, Nairnder, on the Sparrow, is farming to his hers heart's content. Now we can take a look at the numbers. See, yes,
They're
pretty
even.
much equal. Yeah, it's pretty much equal, and I think that's to be expected given how this game has been going thus far. 10 minutes as of right now.
I wasn't expecting the card power to be equal, though. I really feel like we saw more than a total of 6 kills. Am I watching a different game? Hello? There's only been 6 deaths, or 3 deaths on the side of either team here. I feel like we've seen a lot more happen in 10 minutes.
This is a dead tower.
Another dead tower? Hello?
Once again, OneTrickPony gives up a tier 1 tower for free.
That's all 3 of them down, by the way.
Yeah.
Just a heads up. Team?
Obviously, this is attributed greatly to the tower nerfs that you were talking about at the top of the show. But constricting map control from a Sparrow, very, very important. Sparrow, you build her tanky, growth affinity, so on and so forth. But she has to get to that point, right? Narender has picked up those 2 Staff of Adamant, so he has the supplemental health. They're actually building a little bit more health with a lesser health in each one of them. So a total of 400 health. That essentially, like, that's like an extra, I would say 25% health at this stage of the game. Almost 30% health just between those 2 cards right there. And anytime you build armor, you always want to build a little bit of health. There's that balance, though, between Sparrow. You don't want to build too tanky. You still want to make sure that you're a threat, that you're doing damage, that you're that late-game carry that you want to be known for. You want to be dishing out that damage. You don't want to get too tanky, or else you're kind of just a noodle who's just kind of sitting there, taking damage, but also not doing damage. So the balance is to be there. Narender has to be very, very smart about it. When you build Sparrow, it's all about adapting your build to the team composition. And that's pretty much what he's doing.
Narender has
right
to
here. He has to be very careful. Big Boy's getting really aggressive. Howitzer ultimate just for the Sparrow. I think they're gonna be able to pick this up. The knockback's gonna be there. Well done. No help. And I was talking up the Sparrow, and I guess Impact heard me and said, you know what, Shane, that's a good idea. To continue to pressure. Oh, on to 2 people. The fly trap is there. Can they get the follow-up? Gem is very, very low. Here comes Big Boy. The space turret is there. They're so low. Frogsomme doesn't have the ultimate. I thought he did. This is looking great for Impact. They're already here in mid lane. The lane's already pushed, so they should be able to pick up this tier 2 tower that we can't see, but I promise is there.
Love this graphical bug. That Sparrow got melted. If I was them, I like this call. Back off and go pick up the enemy jungle again. Though the red buff is spawned again, keep that away from them. Slops is over here working on this inhibitor. Keep the inhibitors. Keep your inhibitor harvester. Keeping the harvesters down so you're missing out on that card power for your entire team. We've got tier 1 white camps. They are going to back off. Slops is going to back off right now. They're starting to give themselves that little bit of card power advantage. Everybody on the side of Impact is about 18. Louis at 18 or at 12, but that's all right because his job is basically containment fence and stasis bomb. Stay in that back line, hit those containment fence, hit that stasis bomb, allow your team to pick up those kills. So we are seeing great rotations coming out of Impact. This is the second game where just rotations are on point from these guys.
Yeah.
Everything they've done decisively. They've done it aggressively, and they're doing it as a team. It's not just 1 or 2 people walking in trying to pick up these kills. It's 3 people, 4 people coming in, securing kills, and then taking something from the enemy team.
Yep.
Taking their red buffs, taking their harvesters from them. It's more about the objectives than it is strictly about the kills, and that's what we. It's when you get a kill, get something else. Harvesters are incredibly important, and they just took that from their team, from OneTrickPony. That's 600 or 380 or 300 card power every 5 minutes that they no longer have access to unless they replant this. And as of right now,
rip Hookah. He used the teleport, but Involve Gaming timed the smash and grab to their moment. Gideon tried to teleport away. He got pulled right back in. That's a solo kill over to the Grux. And Grux is a pretty scary hero if he's able to snowball like this. He's at 21, so yeah. I mean, he already has that flash fire on board. Has the Brawler's Ward as well. Actually putting mana into it. Grux is definitely very mana hungry here. Over here in the Prime lane, though, lots going down. Big contention defense. Looks at the Fly Trap on the Slops. Are they going to use more ultimates? The Fly Trap actually got blocked by the wall there. Slops went ahead and tried to drop it and actually completely negated it. Frogsomme was over on Slops. It's a little bit of a scrappy fight. Big Boy's got to be careful. Howitzer ultimate coming in from the sky. Narender's trying to get away. Meanwhile, over here, Steel's going to land the ultimate on the Slops. Frogsomme is so low, but he does have his ultimate. A visual cue. His cloak is deployed, but the Decker ultimate's going to give a little bit of space. Are they going to be able to turn this around, though? Here comes Big Boy, and all of a sudden, what was looking great for him is not going to be that. It's not going to be a good exchange whatsoever. Steel was taken out by Sparrow in the meantime. Frogsomme was just going to come back here and just kind of slowly think about what he's done. Think about the sins and the penance he must pay to the Paragon bot to get rewards in chat. Maybe one day. 3 easy kills right there. for Impact, that was just a very scrappy team fight, and every time there's been an engagement like that, Impact comes ahead significantly.
Shane, give me 1 second.
Go ahead and give me 1 second. Gideon didn't show up to that fight. Narender was completely zoned out by Pixel and the Howitzer, and they continued aggression. This is that sort of snowball feedback loop that you like seeing. You pick up some kills, invade the jungle, word it up, trick, continue that just almost sort of just winning through pure map control and just asphyxiating your opponent down. And this is much less of an asphyxiation as it is just a very traumatic assault on the souls of OneTrickPony right there as Hookah gets torn apart. I felt like you should have known that was coming with the way this game has been going. But the orange wards, the D-Illuminati is all over. They are getting wards up defensively, so at least they know when these ganks are coming for the time being. And right now, 15 minutes in, are they thinking about an Orb Prime this early? It's 11-3. They've been winning these engagements, or I think it may be a little bit too early. We'll have to see as the game progresses here. Everyone loves armor, and that's exactly what Slops is picking up right here. That tempered plate with the minor guards is pretty much the what everyone does nowadays. The meta, even the Rangers, even your damage dealers, with the way things have been changed up. Involved by himself over here by the Orb Prime, trying to keep those wards up. They are really warding this area. 2 wards in the shadow pool here. They just want to make sure that they aren't able to pick up an Orb Prime from underneath. Smash and grab onto 2, moving on. Evolve is by himself, but you got to believe the follow through is coming up here. Look for Decker containment chance. There's the Stasis Bomb onto Frog. I don't know if he has his ultimate up. If he does,
it's not up.
It's not up. He's still alive. The long arm of the law is going to hit Jim. They're going to immediately switch the target. They say, screw the Greystone. We want the Fae. And they're going to take out the Fae. Fern Gully not going to be living today, my man. Someone call an Arborist. And they're going to be an Arborist? The tree guy. His tree got cut down. It's a Fern Gully reference. Nailed it. 2 kills. Over to Impact. And they continue it. The ultimate, this composition is about lining up ultimates, and they simply aren't lining them up. They're getting caught out. They need to be the ones taking these team fights. They need to be the ones initiating, and if the fight isn't on their terms, they're going to lose every time.
And we're going to see a 17-minute Prime Orb right now. These guys are going in for this. They've given themselves an advantage in card power. They just killed Steel. They just took off Gems off the map. Ultimates are not online for the side of OneTrickPony. So they feel pretty confident right now having the wards. They know where the enemy team is at. Picking up this Prime Orb. We'll see these guys reset once this is picked up. Everybody will back. They'll spend card power if they have it. They'll get full health. And then we'll see that slow push down the Prime lane. We call the red lane the Prime lane because that's where you turn in the Prime Orb. So we'll see them slow push down that lane, use the Prime card to their advantage, and possibly get a turn in. If they can get a turn in, that could be the game for them. That could be dead inhibitors. Multiple towers will fall. I mean, they just push the core. We know how strong this Prime buff is. So great play coming out of Impact. Their rotations and their team play is just on point. They have the follow-up. Big Boy B went in. I mean, Frog Sama was so low. He escaped, but we watched the entire team instantly switch. Yeah. Yes, Frog Sama went around the corner, and the target that was in front of them was Gems. He got hit with the long arm of the law. They instantly hit him with the boulder, and they took him out. And it was great play coming out of Impact there, especially with the rotation and switching of the targets there. So, everybody's gone back. They've reset. We're going to see Slops pick up this red buff here, and we are going to see that slow push down the Prime lane to try and get this turned in.
So, Greystone has been pretty much a non-factor. He's a hero who doesn't... He's not good when he's behind. Just
not at all.
Not at all. He becomes much less of a threat. He's really... If they can get him in a decent position where he has that armor and he's just very, very difficult to take down, but at the same time is dishing out a significant amount of damage, that would be ideal. But right now, not looking good. He's just getting aggressive here. I know you're Greystone, Frog Sama, but you're so far behind, you got to be careful. You don't want to be giving up your ultimate for nothing here, and I think I'm afraid that's what's about to happen. They're trying to focus down, Pixel's getting aggressive. Look for a boulder here. Big Boy trying to line him up. Now, Rampage is the LeBron James of... Speaking of which, he lands that. There's the beautiful coordination once again. We've been seeing it time and time again. Stasis Bomb, so much CC on his hands. The Steel, he needs to get something going, at least all before he dies. He's gonna get it off right before he dies, but it doesn't matter. Frog Sama is already gonna go down on those 1 life. This is a 4v4 because Involved Gaming actually was taken out. There's the black hole. This is what they need, but can they get this in? The Orb Prime just turned in by Big Boy, so a huge power spike coming in here for Team Impact, but they're so low. Louis low. Here comes Big Boy, though. Here comes LeBron. He's gonna stick it to him. Game number 7 of the NBA Finals. He doesn't care. Impact's going to go in. This is 2 down, though. 2 down for Team Impact. And they continue to keep themselves alive. Big Boy, Hal just smacking down Gems, trying to do what he can. Can he get away? Oh, the body blocks from the creep. Gems is gonna, oh, it's the red buff. The red buff is a difference maker. And now he's looking to go on Hookah as well. Look for the boulder. Oh, not gonna land. Not gonna land. They turn in the Orb Prime, but finally, I think OneTrickPony got some kills. And when you're this far behind, you know what? I'm gonna be like, hey, at least we got some kills out of this. We took the wind out of their sails. And now our inhibitors are going to stay alive, and we're going to have a little bit of breathing space. And potentially, if they can survive with their inhibitors alive, after this Prime card, they have the potential to stabilize and regain some semblance of map control.
Yeah, being 3 or 4 card levels power behind, and then turning a fight like that, and you have the team, yes, they turned it in, and they have a big advantage, but making them nervous, pushing them back after getting this Orb Prime turned in, stabilize these lanes, push these lanes back out in your favor, start picking up your jungle and harvesters, take those white camps, give yourself a little bit more card power, and just wait for the next push. You have the relative safety of your towers, and I'm going to use that term lightly, but you have the safety of your towers if you let them push up to your tower, and if they dive it, it could turn out bad for them. I am excited. I am excited to see what happens in the next about 10 minutes, if it lasts that long, because this is a huge moment for OneTrickPony. If they can turn it around, it'll be a great comeback from these guys.
So, Narander, 27 card points. He's the only one that's even near everyone else on the side of Team Impact right now.
Yeah.
Significantly farther ahead. Faye, I mean, she's got that caster support thing going on. Her job is to get that Venus flytrap down, but at the same time, if she is able to get a decent amount of farm, she actually pushes very, very hard and can actually she actually does a deceivingly large amount of damage.
Yeah, with her combo, the ability to combo off herself.
Yeah.
If she gets behind, she definitely plays more of that support role. But if she can stay pretty well farmed, and you hit a Brambles, you hit a Nettles, which is her long range ability, and it gives mana back to her. She can deal quite a bit of damage in a very short period of time, and she is deceptively hard to deal with.
Slops is looking aggressive. He was kind of pushing himself forward. Decided not to. We have ourselves a standoff, ladies and gentlemen. Lanes are, I mean, mid lane's kind of pushed out. Big Boy transitioning over to the Prime lane. Try to clean that up, and I think Impact is just sweeping between mid and Prime lane here, and they're just trying to find pickoffs, ward, constrict map control. Pretty much business as usual for the blue team of Team Impact. Pushing this tower. Their response is going to be here. The tower's going to fall. And they get close. Same and finish. Smash and grab goes down onto Jims. Got to be careful. The long arm of the law, Jims. Keep your ult up. Not even going to go down the coordination. Just 2 on point. That smash and grab to the long arm of the law is lined up time and time again. Sands is going to try to get his ultimate off. Try to get that shield slam off, but dies in the sky. Frog Summit, you're next to go, my friend. Delaying the inevitable. And they survived the prime card duration, but right afterwards, well, not looking good. Blackpool's there, but not enough. They're just too far behind. And, well, I mean, Rampage died under a tower, but the 2 damage dealers of Slops and Pixels still alive. 4 down. The only one available to even have any sort of hope at defending this inhibitor is Hookah. And that's not the person you want. So they're going to push this inhibitor. They still got to be careful, but as long as they do this appropriately, they should be able to pick this up.
They're going to be able to pick this up, but they're not going to be able to end the game. This will give them inhibitor. Prime Orb is not going to be up for another about 2 minutes. 120 seconds, so about 2 minutes before Prime Orb spawns here. I don't want to see these guys get aggressive. Okay, I thought Faye and Gideon were going to get aggressive here. They're just going to continue to push this wave out. Be aggressive. The inhibitor is not going to fall, which is fantastic, so great defense. But and with the change to the inhibitor, this inhibitor will actually regen health.
Yep.
So if you commit to an inhibitor like that and you don't get it, in the end it may be worse for you because it's going to regen health. And you could possibly get a couple kills. These guys backed off knowing everybody was respawning. And it's just going to be down to farming right now. OneTrickPony has to play very, very, very defensively. They're down by about 3 card levels. Yep. They just need to farm. They need to farm their jungle. They've got plenty of wards in their jungle, so they know when the enemy team is there. And they just need to farm these lanes. Don't over push these lanes because you no longer have the help of your tier 2 towers in the prime lane.
Yep.
Try and keep them back towards you. turtle this out a little bit and just farm and try and get yourself back into the game. I expect there to be a prime orb fight as soon as this thing spawns.
I would imagine so. You got to believe Impact is going to be feeling pretty confident going into that. There's no Chimera, so there's no shenanigans of just let the Chimera solo him and zone out for him. You could kind of do that with Rampage, but Rampage doesn't have anywhere as much damage and doesn't have that build-up of health regen. So it's just going to have to be a brutal sort of 5-on-5 exchange and maybe trying to use that Prime Guardian now that it has the roots, the snares, and the extra damage. Sometimes it can be a little bit of a threat. So I think maybe OneTrickPony, they're going to say, you know what? Let them take the Prime Guardian. Let them put themselves in an awkward position. Look for a good initiation. Gems with a Fly Trap. Hookah with a Black Hole. Sans with a Shield Slam. I feel like
Impact in the jungle here getting so aggressive. Involved Gaming is going to get that smash and grab onto Frog Sama. Frog Sama is taking a ton of damage. His ultimate is actually not online, so he will fall there. And this just means, hey, here's a free Prime Orb. We just took one of their frontliners out. We can see that 3 of them are on the other side of the map. Gideon is rotating, or Gideon's here, but what is he going to do? So, do you give up the Prime Orb and you start to push towers? That's what OneTrickPony is doing right now. They know they need the experience from these towers, so they're going to take down this Tier 1, and they should be able to take down the Tier 2 tower if they're fast enough, and then they have to instantly recall, and they have to defend this. His Prime Orb's at 50%.
Pixel's back. So he's going to do what he can. He's probably going to be too late for the Tier 2 tower, but at least the inhibitor is going to stay alive. But I like this. This is good heads-up play. They're going to have to... At least they're getting that little bit of map control. Getting Narender some farm. Very, very important farm. And then they're going to have to make their stand at the Orb Prime. I think this is the best... Given the fact that Proxima was caught out and went down, this is the best thing they possibly could have done, and they reacted decisively. And we're able to get something out of that, despite the fact that they were at a huge disadvantage. Frog Sama's back. So when I said it's okay he went down there without his ultimate, that means he didn't waste his ultimate. He's back alive. They can make their stand here. So at least they have the 2 lives of the Greystone, where before that might have necessarily been the case. They got to be careful about this choke point. Impact, this is maybe a little bit cocky for them to go through this choke point, but nothing's there. They're just backing up. I don't know if they're going to contend this. They're just giving up. They simply aren't in position.
Well, Steel's not there.
Steel's not there. Yeah, Steel's really, really important. Hookah's just going to go down. And that is not the final stand we wanted to see right there. Very, very sloppy play to OneTrickPony. Prime card activated for the 2nd time. And once again, this is just, they keep sweeping between Prime and mid. And it looks like they're eyeing down these Tier 2 towers.
I do not know what Sans was doing there. He could have ran directly behind them and kept them in that choke point, hit 3 or 4 of them with the ultimate, and he went the long way around, and they just allowed them to turn in a Prime Orb completely for free. Yes, you picked up a Tier 2 tower, but the biggest advantage this team now has is the activation of their Prime cards, plus they already have a huge advantage in card power. This is a dead Tier 2 tower. You don't even defend this. Back up. Fight under your inhibitor. Let the minion wave come and let this fall, because you cannot defend this. And if they try, they will die, and it will actually cost them the game. So they made the decision to back up. Impact is still going to be aggressive. They know they have another 2 minutes with Prime Orb, and they can easily push down an inhibitor. That was a huge misplay from the Steel on OneTrickPony.
Yeah, but he's back. They have the ultimate. This is going to be very, very difficult for them. All the CC on a Frog Sama. Big boy's eyeing it. There's a shield slam into the back line. Louis going to dodge it. The base target is sloppy. Venus Fly Trap touching him out. The black hole as well. This is looking good, but I just think they're too far behind. They do get slops. Important target. Gideon's done his job. Frog Sama, he has a secondary life on long. Big boy, they're going to try to get him up. The smash and grab onto Frog Sama. Just zone him out, and he's isolated by himself. The boulder onto him. He's going to go down. So 2 for 1 thus far. They picked off the Murdoch, but the amount of commitment that they had to take out that Murdoch was so much that they just ran out of gas, fuel went down to 0, and now this may be the end of the game, potentially. Sure, Slops is down, but he still got Pixel, you still got involved, you still got a huge source of damage coming out. Big Boy himself on that Rampage has just deceptively large amount of damage. Another beautiful smash and grab. Involved on this Grux has been landed, very, very key smash and grab. And the inhibitor should fall. Did it go down? It did, that's a graphic bug, I think. It did go down. It did go down. The inhibitor did go down despite the fact that it's still there. Inhibitor down. The lead continues to build. And I think it's just a matter of time here before Impact moves on.
Yeah, They could have capitalized this with 2 down and continued to push. They just backed off. They're playing safe. They're playing smart. They're going to go take the white camps away from OneTrickPony. I wish I had the instant replay features we had at Epic headquarters, because I mean, we had this engagement here that could have gone so well for OneTrickPony, and Sans for some reason ran completely around and just left his team alone, and they could not defend that turn. And that inhibitor falling is 100% because of the misplay coming out of Sans there. And I don't know how they come back from this. They are 42 card power for everyone but Louis on the side of Impact, and their highest farmed is Narender, or OneTrickPony, at 36 card power right now.
I mean, props to Narender. He's been doing his damnedest. He's been trying to put the load onto Sparrow, but unfortunately, right now, I need a lot more help than that. Need a large series of misplays is what's going to have to go down for Impact, which I don't know if that's going to be the case. These guys are such extraordinary players, and displaying it right here, right now. Again, if you want to support these guys, go to Matcherino. You can, if you like Involve, you're like, man, I want to learn how to play Grux, but I'm a PS4 player, ladies and gentlemen. You can get a 1-hour coaching session. Oh my god.
Oh my god. Impact Gaming is playing to win. This is a special one-time event. Guys, we're doing this Agora Solstice. What we wanted to do is bring out what we considered the top teams or the top players in this event, in the Agora's Rising events. And we wanted to bring this to the new audience. Everybody that is just started playing because of open beta, welcome. This is the tournament that we've been putting on for months now. These are some of the best teams that are playing in our events. And we wanted to bring you guys incredible gameplay to watch and see how the top players do it. And that's what we're seeing here. We're seeing Impact play incredibly well as a team. They are best of ones until we get to the finals, and the finals will be a best of threes. But Shane, Impact's play right now,
so good.
They're decisive.
Yep.
Their team movements are incredible. Their rotations are on point. They are playing so well together. You cannot take anything away from their gameplay right now. These guys are absolutely just they're dominating pretty hard. And OneTrickPony has made some plays, but unless Impact just gives up or disconnects, I don't see OneTrickPony coming back from this.
At first, they were putting slops in the mid lane to do some little divide and conquer sort of shenanigans, but they decided otherwise. Involve is capable of missing smash and grabs. I think we just saw right there. Frog Song was going to go in, trying to get there. There goes Jims onto the fly trap. Looks at the shield jam. Pixel dodges it. Beautifully done right there. Made it out. Eggle to get there. The snare from the black hole, but it gets interrupted by the howitzer. Knocks him away. All the meanwhile, over here, we see Jims completely isolated by himself, as Involve is just literally 1v2ing. Sans got the ultimate off, shield charge away, didn't hit anyone, more so defensively than anything else, but it doesn't matter. 3 down. Impact looking nice and healthy. A boulder on the Frog Sama, knock him out of the inhibitor into the hands of Involve once again. Smash and grab is going to be the icing on the cake. Could have sworn Frog already died, but he's going to get taken out here again, I'm sure, inevitably. Ladies and gentlemen, Impact. Dominating performance, as you said it. You could have said it better, Notch.
Thanks.
And this should, yeah, they're going to make the march on over here. And they're going to move on to the semifinals, and they will be facing up against Reborn. That's going to be one hell of a match.
One hell of a match is an understatement. That is going to be, if Impact plays the way we just saw them play, Reborn's going to have a very hard-fought victory on their hands. Their rotation coming out of Impact was on point. We saw that out of Reborn, but I don't think Reborn is going to expect what Impact is going to bring to the table. That was a great first game out of those guys. They're going to be moving on. It's going to be